And we're here live on Change Our Minds. If you don't watch live, you should every Tuesday, Thursday night. I'm live here in the channel, so come check us out. But we were talking about some interesting topics to see if we could change our minds, and I wanted to see if Jody was on the same wavelength as me on this topic. Guys, if you haven't watched Avengers Endgame, I'm going to spoil it for you. Someone on Twitter hadn't seen it yet, Jody, and was annoyed that I said it. But Thanos is dead. According to in the movie, it seems so. He's snapped out by Iron Man and fades out and doesn't fulfill his destiny, so it seems. But Jody, did you know that he's not actually dead?
Yes, I did. New
theory on the Endgame deleted scenes you can go watch on Disney Plus talks about the fact when Hulk is speaking to the Ancient One, she tells Hulk that removing an Infinity Stone creates a new timeline. But then she goes on to reveal that something was omitted from the film, that she used the Time Stone to see beyond her very own death. And that's where she drops the huge revelation that Thanos' destructive finger snap, which wiped out half of all existence, didn't actually kill a single person. She explains that rather than kill people, Thanos willed them out of existence, which makes their resurrection possible. While this conveniently explains why Black Widow, who died trying to bring her back, couldn't be resurrected, it reveals what also could be a future issue for heroes, namely that Thanos is still alive. Endgame ended with Tony Stark snapping his fingers, wiping Thanos and his army, much in the same way. But if those were willed out of existence like the others, then in theory, Thanos could certainly be willed back into life just like the Avengers will. I mean, Jody, you've been one to be critical of this movie and its nonsense and time travel and everything. So it's an interesting point. If they were able to bring the Avengers back, then why couldn't someone go back to bring Thanos back? That's now the new dilemma, and that wonders if some way down the line could the MCU decide to do some crazy trickery and bring Thanos back as a big bad later on in the films. The question is, should they? Should Thanos stay dead, or should Thanos come back to will another day? Where do you stand on this topic, Jody?
I think that Thanos, as of now, probably should not come back, but I think eventually they will need him. And I say that because I should educate the person who wrote this article, because they're so misguided. Yes, when you snap somebody, you snap them out of existence. It does not kill them. But the way that they said you could bring them back, the people that you snapped out of existence, no, that you can't, because the Infinity Stones are destroyed. They're no more. But here's something. They got put back in their same location. You can bring them all back easily. And this is exactly why I did not want Endgame to use time travel. Because when you cop out and you do a short-change bullshit trick like use time travel, which shows that you're not creative, all of the rules are out the window. Because did you guys know that they could bring back Iron Man if they wanted to right now? All they have to do is take the time machine to a date where Iron Man was alive and snatch him from Iron Man 2. As soon as he's about to get into the fight with Whiplash, just go teleport there with the Pym particles, snatch Iron Man, and bring him to the future, just like they did Thanos. There are infinite amounts of Thanos alive. All you have to do is take the time travel with the Pym particles, go to the Pym particles, get more Pym particles, come back to the future, then go back to the past and get Thanos before Guardians Part 1. Maybe when he was sitting on the chair when he said he's going to bathe the earth, bathe the stars in Ronin's blood from Guardians Volume 1. Take him from there and bring him to the future. There's no rules anymore. The MCU is done. And I mean that in the most nicest, wholesome way possible. When you go time travel, bro, everything does. There are no stakes. No one stays dead anymore. When you time travel, bro, they could bring back Black Widow if they wanted. All they got to do is time travel to Avengers 1 and snatch her out that circle, just like they did Thanos.
Yeah,
it's all out of there.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, the time travel has made the whole series a little wonky, just because you're right. You could change anything or readjust anything you want from the timelines. I don't think you should bring Thanos back ever, because it would just completely ruin any potential stakes that they've sort of tried to imply they have.
Oh, they ain't got stakes.
But yeah, I mean, it's true. They don't, and so that's the frustration now. And so, I'm with you. I think we actually are in agreement here. So this probably won't be as interesting a debate as you hope to be, or I did. Look, I don't think they should bring him back at all. I understand why they would, because he was a popular character, and they need some characters. But I don't know. Doctor Doom is a great villain. There's a lot of villains they got in the arsenal now with X-Men and everything else. They could do a new Magneto. They could do stuff to try and to bring some people into the fold to make it more interesting than Thanos. I mean, you could go and do Galactus right. There's a lot of characters you could try and figure out. So I don't think they need them. There's a lot of space characters, Earth characters, plenty of people that can be serious threats to the team moving forward. So I hope they don't. But this idea, they did put the stones back. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, you literally can do anything you want now that you've established time travel. It's like Star Trek 2 Into Darkness, where they literally created new magic serum that brings everyone back to life. It's like they literally wiped out death in the Star Trek, that new Star Trek show series that they actually stopped doing. But in 2, they just literally we brought you back with the magic blood. It's like, why would you ever do that? It's just like
it blows everything out the water.
Yeah, there's literally no reason.
Nothing
for anyone
means
to die.
anything.
No, if you saved a little bit of that magic blood, you can always use that at any point in the night. Oh, well, we can bring it back with the magic blood, right? So yeah, when you introduce time travel, I didn't have a problem with it in the movie. It was kind of fun. But since the movies are going to really keep going, man, I'm so curious to see where they go. It's been now a while. The delay of the movies and everything has sort of made me curious of what's going to happen. Was Black Widow going to be as popular? And I oddly think the pandemic will help Marvel. I think both, Black Widow, Eternals, people are going to be so withdrawed from movies that they're going to be like, yes, please. All right, fine. I do want to watch Black Widow. And not to say that wouldn't have been a hit, but I think it has an opportunity to now cross the $1 billion line when I don't know if it would have if it had come out as planned on May.
No way.
So I do think that, weirdly enough, this will help the Marvel films, and it's giving them more time to prep the other ones before these ones even come out. So it's weirdly going to help. So I hope they're using that time to their advantage and they don't just rely on going to Thanos right away, because I think that would be entirely stupid. I do see some commenters coming in, so thank you guys who've been sending them over. Let me go through and read some of these
Thanks,
thoughts.
Divine Justice.
Here we go. So we had first up Justice. I'm glad they kept this out of the movie. What the F did I just hear? Thanos should stay dead, in my opinion. I need something final and permanent in the MCU.
Nope.
Correct, but they have trouble doing that in the MCU. They don't to they don't like to do that. But yeah, it's something that could happen if they really wanted to, and I don't think they should resort to that. Now look, 30 years from now, if they want to try and do some crazy new plot that brings them back because they're desperate, I'm not even endorsing it, but I could see that happening. But there's no need for him to come back in the next anytime soon or ever. They should try and be more creative. Thank you for that support, Myra. What's up, Myra? Sorry, I missed your congratulations to your daughter for who graduated last week.
Congrats, Myra.
Sorry we missed her on this show, but I hope send her our best. Alexis, was it?
What's up, Ashley?
Congrats to the recent grad, Myra. Technically, Thanos is alive in Loki's multiverse. That's true. Loki's zooming all over the place, and Thanos would be there, so Loki could figure out a way to bring him back, since Loki's also not dead, which is kind of frustrating.
I think they're going to need him.
Loki or Thanos? They're
going to need Thanos, bro. I think Thanos... I say no now because other people have to eat, but yeah, I'm at the end, yes. In a couple years, we're going to be wanting him to come back, bro. Because everyone you named, Galactus, Magneto, Doom, they cool and all, but bro, they ain't Thanos.
Dude,
all of them are trash to Thanos.
Doctor Doom could be pretty great if you do it right. I do think
yeah, but I'm talking about on a power scale level, bro. Doctor Doom is a peon of a micro orb compared to Thanos with the gauntlet, bro.
No,
there is nothing greater than that.
And when you introduce the Eternals and now Captain Marvel's coming back, it's true. Like, what is the threat, right? There's these. It's
Eternals can introduce like the one above all, the Beyonder, what's his name, the Living Tribunal, stuff like that. That gets a little bit of that gets above Thanos, but. What we do? Nobody wants that shit.
Right. Once you're at that level, it's just like, oh my God, what are we even doing? Who cares about these skirmishes on Earth?
What's that saying? You're digging at the bottom of the cooler or something like that? Bottom of the barrel?
Yeah.
You know, when you're reaching way down in there for a beer, they're digging down in there pretty deep, bro, because when you already do the story of Thanos and the cosmic cubes are something they could do. Now, if you don't know about the cosmic cubes, I think there's 5 or 6 of them. They're like the Infinity Stones, but they're about 75% the power of them. They're very powerful. They could do amazing things.
But they're not as powerful.
they're not as powerful. And that's what I'm saying. Like you blew your load,
Right.
and it was a nice
Imagine?
10-year load. It was
funny-
a 10-year load. It was awesome.
It's funny to come back and be like, hey, these are the cosmic stones. They're not as big as that, but they're still really dangerous. It's just, you're right. It's such a
Exactly.
cop-out.
It's like you're never hitting that height again. And that's why I said about the apex of Marvel. They have hit their apex last year. It's downhill from here. The only thing that could bring it back is a proper, and I mean a proper, not a good, not a great. I need a proper. We all need a proper X-Men movie. Proper. There's been plenty of good ones.
Fantastic Four as well. To both of those,
they can't do it. They can't bring it back.
Fantastic Four and X-Men, if they did them right, could actually really bring an interesting era into it. So again, we shall see.
Not above that.
That's what I'm more interested in than anything they have brewing currently. So it's going to be several years before we finally start getting some real announcements on stuff like that. That I'm going to be like, all right. I mean, like honestly, Blade sounds more interesting to me. I'm curious to see what that is, but it's not going to be R. So it's like, how does that even work? Myra also said, hopefully the MCU will develop their villains now. Yeah, I mean they have time. So I'm with you, Myra. Thank you for the support. I hope they're paying attention. I mean, they must be. They must realize, well, crap, we got to start.
Yeah, they got a
figuring out
plan. They have a plan.
K-Dots, my man. Thank you for supporting. Remember, Thanos said to the audience in Infinity War, no more resurrections. Can't believe I took the line serious to a degree. Now they got Loki show coming up. Exactly. There are no stakes in Marvel anymore. They kill it. But then the one stake they kept was Black Widow, who they wanted to make a movie for. I'm like, why would you do that? And then the other thing that bugs me, makes no sense. And the other thing that bugs me is they killed off Gamora, and then they brought her back as sort of like she wasn't there through all the past movies.
What did they do with Gamora? She died.
Right, and then they went back
in
and
time
brought her back
and got an alternate one. They can do the same thing with Black Widow.
But what's so frustrating me is like I have no interest in that Guardians 3 movie where they have to sort of re-educate Gamora on everything that happened.
Yeah,
and she's not interested in Star-Lord. It's like it's like one of those season 6 of a TV show that's lost its way because they're running out of ideas. And it's like, oh my god, we're gonna spend the whole movie like reintroducing Gamora to the things that happened in part 2, which I don't want to see either. The whole thing is just wild. Why did they do that? So both of their best female villains, like they just completely like, we'll kill them. What? It was beyond. It makes no sense. Max Lemillion, thank you for the support, man. I saw Robert Downey Jr. on Joe Rogan, and he said he was open to returning to Iron Man. Wouldn't be surprised if they both showed up for another Avengers movie down the pipeline.
See that?
I saw too. He was pressured into it, and he said it would have to be a very good reason, but he wasn't going to do it anytime soon. But yeah, of course he's gonna at some point.
He'll do it.
If he doesn't die, if he's around and they're still around doing movies, of course he's gonna show up, or he'll at least do like one of those hologram scenes.
No. Nah, he gonna be in the suit, bro. He's gonna come back to life.
I don't think anytime soon. I think eventually, yeah, sure. But
what is soon? 3 years. Within 3 years, he'll be back.
No, I'll take that bet. All
right, for sure. I got that. He'll be back within 3 years.
No, $10, 3 years. Shaking on it?
$10, 3 years. Shake on it.
Boom, boom, boom. All right.
There it is.
It's 3 years from June 16th.
RM, get that clock. You know what he got, Andy?
Hold on. Let's make this official.
Huge
Remind me in 3 years to check $20 for Jody for Robert Downey Jr. being Iron Man.
$10, motherfucker, but all right, 20's fine.
All right. Oh, 20. There
Robert Downey Jr. got a huge dose of reality check.
June 16th, 2023, we will see that bet. Go ahead.
For sure. Robert Downey Jr. got a reality check when Doolittle flopped. Before Doolittle, it was, I ain't never coming back. After Doolittle, it was like, I'm willing. Bro, he found out you ain't that dude outside of that Iron Man suit, bro.
That's true.
You are not that dude.
It's
Get
crazy.
your butt back in that suit if you want to be popular still. And it's his ideology. No one gives a freak about RDJ. Only when it's about Marvel and being the Iron Man. Marvel makes you a headliner. Marvel makes the red carpet all about you. Marvel makes you feel like the president. You're not Marvel no more. You're true. Robert Downey Jr. and Doolittle. Nobody checking for that shit.
My kids like Doolittle. I don't know why. It is what it was. I don't know why that one became like the Battlefield Earth punchline of the world. I've seen such worse kids movies.
Yeah,
Artemis Fowl was so much worse than Dr. Doolittle. I don't even understand. But whatever. I'm not going to die on that hill. It was a dumb movie.
Yeah, we're going to have a huge argument about that low budget affair that you said was a huge thing.
Which one? Which one?
In your words now. Artemis Fowl. Artemis Fowl going straight to VOD, Jody. That's a huge movie. Don't nobody care about no Artemis Fowl.
Nobody
What
cared
are you
about.
talking about? It's huge.
Whoa! When did I say that was going to be? I mean, it was.
Oh
a big,
my God!
It was
Andy's
a big
memory's
deal.
trash.
It was
We
a big
argued.
deal for Disney to drop a movie on VOD. Yeah, but I knew it was going to be
Artemis
a
Fowl
failure.
ain't no big deal. Ain't nobody caring or checking for that
No,
shit.
it's a big deal in that it was money they threw away. They wasted a ton of money on that movie. It's a big deal in that they lost friggin' money. That's what I meant by that. It's of
Okay.
course, but I knew that was garbage, dude. All of their live action movies that aren't, their remakes are garbage.
right.
Nutcracker. I mean, they've done. It's all been garbage. But Artemis Fowl was just even worse than I could have imagined. Did you watch it?
Heck no, because
You
ain't
should
nobody checking for that shit.
Do that review. No, people are getting
Heck
views on that
no.
on hating that movie. I've noticed it's become a thing. Anyway, what was I saying? What did he ask? He asked, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, of course he's going to come back at some point, but I don't think it's going to be 3 years.
He'll be back. He got a dose of reality, bruh.
He's going to do a voice maybe in 3 years. I'll give you that one. He'll do like the voiceover, like cameo hologram version. Like, hey, kid, I'm here to remind you. Like that'll happen. In fact, there's rumors. People are suspecting that could happen in Black Widow, that they'll do some sort of
could be in Black Widow.
flashback scene. That doesn't count. That doesn't count because they already did it. I'm not I'm our bet is invalid in Black Widow.
If he's in Black Widow, I want my money because not a scene that was already shot. I'm talking about a new scene that he comes in to film in. He very might well be. I'm expecting. Those are the all moments of Black Widow.
Yeah,
right?
but that
Because
to me
it
is
takes
like
place-
the hologram scene. That's a movie that I'm talking
No,
about.
it's not.
He's not dead and back. I thought our bet was specifically about dead Iron Man coming back to the MCU.
All right, I'll roll with that one still too. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He'll be back. He'll be back.
I
He'll be
think
back.
they are going to surprise us with a moment of like
Sure.
something nice and just respectful of like
Sure.
RDJ being nice to Scarlett. Like, hey, you were in my movie. I'm going to be in your movie. That's not Iron Man coming back. Like that was done before everything was
I got
over.
you. Sure,
I
yeah.
was, and I'm not trying to hedge my bet. I'm just like, I don't believe they're going to bring him back to life in the next 3 years. No way.
They'll bring it back. He'll be back to life. And
That was
he'll be
just so
breathing.
I'm glad we clarified that. But he could totally show up in that movie, and I'm sure he'll do some sort of hologram scene later. But that's a big. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, but that's what we got for this segment. We're gonna keep talking here in the live stream. If you've never watched us live, you should come check us out Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 p.m. here as we geek out and talk about all these topics to see if we can change your mind. But it sounds like we're not changing our mind on this. We think Thanos should stay dead. What do you think? Tell us down in the comments below. What Marvel villain are you looking forward to? Tell us in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Go check out Jody's Corner on Popcorn Planet. We will be back and we will be here live, continuing our chat. So don't miss it next time. Bye, everybody.
Peace.